Today's review is Horde. This is a hazy IPA from Northern Monk, available now in Tesco supermarket. Well, what's it going to be like? Keep watching to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we are going to Northern Monk and Horde. This is a brand new beer from Northern Monk, available in Tesco supermarket, part of their new range. And I've got higher hopes for this than most other beers from supermarkets, for the one reason it's actually got the hops in it. So this has got Citra, Mosaic and Comet hops, 7% ABV. Makes me think it's going to be similar to, say, Heathen. I see a lot of people talking about supermarket beers all sort of taste the same at the moment. And, you know, I think people have got a point there. But let's crack this open, get it in glass and see if it's all right. If it tastes good, then, you know, is it a problem? You know, we drink beers. I drink a lot of New England IPAs, and I drink some really good New England IPAs. But, you know, at the end of the day, they are quite similar. So it's not a bad thing if they all sort of taste the same, as long as they all taste good. That's the key thing. And certainly the beer in a glass for this one, okay, I poured it a little bit aggressively. We've got 3 fingers, off-white but fairly compacted head. Orange hazy, or yellowy orange hazy. Looks pretty good. A little bit lighter at the bottom there. You can see a little bit of sort of lightness there at the bottom. But for a supermarket beer, that looks pretty good. Let's see what the aroma's like. Smells very fruity and tropical. So you get mango, there's pineapple in there. A bit of passion fruit. Yeah, it smells really juicy and pretty good. All things are pointing upwards in terms of quality. So let's taste it, shall we? Cheers, everyone. That's not bad. That's pretty good, actually. Nice soft mouthfeel. Lots of juicy flavours. Yes, it is got that sort of flavour that's like, it's juicy, it's fruity and tropical. But am I picking up much about the hops? I mean, you've got Citra, Mosaic, Comet. You know, you don't see that very often as well. I have no idea what Comet brings to it, but it's a sort of hop you used to see, you know, maybe a couple of years ago, and you don't see it as much now. I don't know if that's actually the same hops as in Heathen, but to me, I don't think it tastes like Heathen. Heathen's got a little bit more of a twang to it than this has. And I've got to admit, I prefer the flavour of this from what I can remember of Heathen. This is more like your Scaffels and your Transients and those sort of beers. Order of the Faith, which are the 3 that I think are the top Northern Monk IPAs. I don't think Scaffel and Transient. Transient may still be available, but Scaffel certainly isn't. But it's similar to that. It's nice. It's good. Mango up front, a little bit of pineapple, then you're getting a little bit of lightness of citrus, lemons in there, a little bit of passion fruit coming in, and then there's a little very subtle dryness, sort of sharpness of grapefruit on the back end. But I think it's pretty good. I mean, I think it's the best of these ones so far that I've had. I quite like I really like, for a supermarket meal, I thought the North one was pretty good. I wasn't keen on the doppelganger from Vocation, but this to me is pretty good. It's got a soft mouthfeel. It's quite light, but the flavours are all there. And you know what? They sort of hang around. They don't wash themselves away. There's a little bit of coating of them, you know, in terms of on the back of the palate, really. You can still taste that little bit of grapefruit, a little bit of pine actually coming through as well. I think that's probably from the Comet. But this is a solid IPA. Yeah. For the price, you know, I think $3.75 these beers were. If you bought 4 of them, you pay for the price for free. So you pay, what, £11.50? No, that can't be right. £11.25. So that's pretty good value for 4 beers. And I think this is a very solid supermarket beer. It's got a soft mouthfeel, lots of juice and fruit up front, with a nice little subtleness on the back end of grapefruits. Yeah, I think it's good. There's a little bit more complexity to this beer than a lot of supermarket beers. And for the money, I think it's pretty good. And so far, it's the best of the 3. But let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Horde. This is a hazy IPA at 7%. It has Citra, Mosaic and Comet in it. Actually has the hops. I think this is a very good supermarket beer. And although I hear a lot of people moaning about a lot of the Northern Monk beers, and a lot of the time they've probably got a point. Things like tropical IPAs and, you know, fruit lolly sort of pale ales and IPAs. I'm not into that sort of stuff. I just want good beer with good hops, no other stuff thrown into it. You don't need that other stuff. And this is a really good example of it, just letting the hops do the work. I'll definitely buy this one again. But let's do the scores, starting with aroma. Appearance. Flavour. Value for money. And finally, my overall experience. Top the scores up. It's a high level recommended. It's not highly recommended. I mean, you're paying £3.75. Obviously, if you're buying 4 of them, then you're getting it closer to, you're getting it under £3, aren't you? If you buy four of them. So, you know, what do you expect for under £3? It's not up there with the likes of, you know, your best Sure Shots and Tracks and Azvex and Polly's IPAs. But I think for a supermarket, it's solid and it's refreshing and it's got the flavour in there. And I think it's worthwhile. Total score? Yeah. Definitely buy it if you see it in Tesco supermarket. Yes, it's definitely the best, I think, of the 3 that we've had so far. We've got the Tank Petrol to come, which is a rebrew, but I think it's got different ingredients to it. So I think it's going to be different than the last one that I did. And I'd be quite interested to drink this one tonight after I've drunk this one, because then I'll have them in my memory and I'll be able to sort of decide whether there's much between them. Certainly the Tank Petrol, I don't think's got the hops in it, so I'd be interested to see whether it tastes similar to it, whether it's the same sort of hop profile, or whether it be different. I expect it to be different, but we won't know until we drink it, will we? So I've liked this beer. I definitely recommend it if you want a supermarket beer. Get good value for money. Horde, remember that. It's a pretty hard rocking sort of themed beer can, isn't it? So, you know, it always gets my thumbs up. So I hope you enjoyed this video. One more to go from Tesco. Let me know if you've had any new Tesco beers, because I'm sure by now you have had them. I'm probably a little bit late just because I've got such a backlog of beer reviews that I've been putting out. But let me know if you've had any in the supermarket beers. Let me know what you think of them. I know if you're a massive craft beer fan, you'll probably be going, yeah, they're all right, but I'd rather go to the bottle shops and get something decent. Yes, that's right. But, you know, not everyone wants to do that. And sometimes you just want a beer that's easy to get when you get your shopping. And, you know, under £3 for a can. Yeah, it's pretty good. So please give the video a thumbs up if you like it. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing, because we do loads and loads and loads of beer videos, from supermarkets to bottle shops. Yeah, pretty much supermarkets and bottle shops. But we do a bit of rock as well. So if you haven't watched the channel, then, you know, there's obviously going to be some rock in there as well. Some reviews, some top 10s, all that sort of stuff. We've got some new stuff coming soon on the rock front. So don't worry if you're a rock fan out there. And until the next one, you know what you're going to do. Drink good craft beer and keep on rocking.